Hi and welcome back. Well, we're going to be working in the garden today. Now I did get something online that was on a sale, Memorial Day sale. That was something that I was looking into a while back and couldn't afford, but because of the sale I was able to get 2 of these. This is the raised garden bed from Epic Gardens. I am going to go ahead and replace the blowout that we have for our wooden bed. Let me go ahead and show you that to you right here. Okay, you see it's all rotted and everything. We already knew that these beds weren't going to last but a couple of years, so we wanted to go ahead and do these temporary until we found something that we thought we would like. So I'm going to go ahead and do an honest review. First, we need to remove the wood and clean up some of the fence, and try not to disturb the dirt as much as possible, because if we lose the dirt, we lose the garden. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this on time lapse. I am going to go ahead and do some off camera, as well as this may take all day, just to let you know. I'm not as young as I used to be. Okay, so we have gone and opened up the box. It has the safety ridge, because this is metal. This is the safety ridge that will go around the garden. We've got 4 curve for the corners. I picked out the nice green. Of course I picked out green. Okay, and then we have 6 panels for the sides. It looks like it all just screws in together. Screw holes, you screw them one to the other, just like that. I'm hoping I have I'm hoping that this is going to be long enough for this garden bed. We'll see. If we need I bought 2 of these, so if I need to break out the other box, I'll go ahead and do that. But that's about it. And it comes with screws and bolts. Very simple. So let's go ahead and get cleaning up and remove this this wood. Ow. Ant's nest. Ow. Hey, we got a snake. Looks like we got a little bit of a resident here. That is a baby garden snake. He stays. He eats all the ants that I'm allergic to. Okay, now that we've gone ahead and got all the wood out, and I did have to spray for ants. I am very allergic to ant bites. And I can go ahead and show you what they actually do to me. I'll take a picture of one of the bites that I got yesterday. It's not pretty. Imagine hundreds of those along your legs. Not pretty at all. So I'm going to clean up the rest of this fence line and get the weeds out of here. And we'll work on assembling the garden bed. All right, now that the trees are out of the fence, at least in that area, let's go ahead and get the rest of the weeds out. And then we'll work on the garden bed. All right, so now that we've gone ahead and cleaned everything up along the fence line and removed all of the wood and ants, let's go ahead and lay out our parts here. I want to see if we can do this. It may be a little bit wider than what we had. Not too bad though. Those are the corners. There'll be one in between. This is definitely taller than what I had. So one in between. Let's go ahead and go on the other side, lay that out, and see how many side panels I need. We're definitely going to need the other box. Four. That's a box. We may need to shorten this. I can shorten it on this side. We're going to need to do that. All right, so it's a good thing I got those 2 boxes instead of just getting 1 on sale. Had a feeling. Now this is just a rough. I still have extra corners. I can actually make a circle and make a small little itty bitty bed for like in the middle of the garden. A 4 and 5-ish. All right, so let's go ahead and start screwing everything together. Hey, honey.
I heard you talking.
Yeah, no. Just putting this thing together. I had to use both boxes. This thing's huge.
What?
Well, this thing's long, so we had to actually use both boxes. But I have the extra corners, so I can make like a circle.
Okay. For like your mint or something.
That's an idea. I can put the mint in there because in 1 year it grew that the biggest pot I've got. All right.
Did you have any extra side panels?
No.
Okay.
I'm glad I bought both. Because if I just bought one, thinking that it was enough, it's never enough.
Oh no.
It's never enough. Where'd that screw go? Let's not lose any screws, because, you know, Grandma. All right.
It's almost time for me to
Yep.
do my thing.
Now, as I'm putting these together, it's really easy. It's just a bolt and a nut, one side and the other. I am kind of concerned about the deterioration of the nut. We'll see how long these last. These are already painted. I already got half of it done over there. I'm just putting the last side together, and then we'll go ahead and put everything together. So it comes with a little handy dandy wrench, and all you need to do is tighten it down. As soon as you can get the bolt on it. It's hot. It's already 10:30 and it's 90 degrees outside. So I've been taking breaks because you have to take breaks whenever it's this hot. You know, work 15 minutes, take a 30-minute break. That's going to be how long it's going to take to cool down, because it is summertime. There is no getting around it now. Everybody's got their air conditioners on. Everybody's electricity's going up. But this is very easy to assemble. I mean, if this middle-aged woman with a broken body can do this, I highly recommend this. This is a lot easier than making them beds with the wood. And I made that 3 2x4s high. Okay, you need to just do this for 3 more times. And then we'll put together the little round one. All right, so that's after I finished. I moved some of the dirt from this side, put it in the inside. I still have some edges to put more dirt around. But that was expected. It is noon, so it's like 100 degrees right now. So everything's wilting. It'll pop up back later on. And hey, butterfly. Okay, so let me go ahead and square this around. Now the only thing I have to do is the edging. Now I've gone ahead and assembled the small one. This is just the corners. Corner, 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 corner. No middle panel. I did that inside the house whenever it was cool. This is not going to be the permanent place. I got to need to find a place for this. But while I was putting the edging around on here, number one, it's hard. It's hard plastic. Here we go. The seams where the 2 panels meet, it's very hard to get this edging around. And I'm going to have to put some tape on this because this keeps popping up where I cut to fit. It's going to need to stay in the sun for a couple of days while the plastic actually hardens. But what I would actually suggest is maybe a softer rubber that can shrink in the heat. That way you have a bigger opening for these seams, and then it will close itself during the summertime whenever you initially put it together. So you can go ahead and have this fit a little bit better. But I may or may not put the edging on the big one. I may do that at a later time, later date, only because it's hot and I don't want to sit out in the sun and do this and struggle with all these seams. At least not in the middle of the afternoon. But definitely worth it. Easy to assemble. This one took me about 15 minutes. Only because all I had to do was put it together. And I did that inside. That took me 2 hours. Because I had to move dirt, had to remove the old box. I had to assemble a much larger piece. So this was a morning project. For the most part. It took me 2 hours. I started at 10. It is now just after 12 o'clock. So not too bad. I am going to need to add more dirt in the fall time whenever everything goes dormant, and move some plants over. But other than that, very sturdy. And we'll see how this works in the Texas heat. Okay, that is the assembly and my opinions, the good, bad, and the ugly, of this type of gardening system. All right, a little bit of update on the garden. Here is some of the beans that I planted. I've already gone ahead and harvested a whole bunch, so that will be dinner. And we'll see how these work. I've had a deer in the garden already, so half of my beans are already gone. Hopefully they'll come back. And I've gone ahead and picked some radishes. These were already done. And we'll go ahead and eat the greens and the radishes all together. We'll fry them all up. I did plant 2 tomato plants. One of them's half gone because of the deer. And then I've got some cucumbers back here that are actually flowering. And I'm hoping we can go ahead and they get long enough to where we can start trellising them. I've got some beet greens that are starting to get pretty big, but the lettuce is not getting as big as I wanted it to. I do have a Malamar spinach that is just starting. It won't start bolting until about late July. Oh, there's one. There's one that's ready. That's huge. I thought these were runners. They act more like bush beans. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 loofah that will mature in the fall. There's 1 cosmos that came up out of all the seed I put. And then my basil. And then over here I have more beans. This is the one that got 8. I'm going to get a better angle at this. That one got 8. It'll hopefully come back. And then this card back there that is starting to come up. There's one of them. And I think the Armenian are blooming a little bit. It's a little bit early for them, but we'll keep an eye on them. Do have some fennel that came up, but nothing came up over there. So I'm gonna have to replant it with something else. Time for shopping again. Okay, here's where I had all the garlic. I pulled those all up. They matured way too fast this year. So I have another small cherry tomato here. I think this is a yellow cherry tomato with some flowers that I bought. Thought they were pretty, so I put them in. And then I've got more radishes coming up. I planted more lettuce over here and some spring onions over here. So even if they don't come up right now, they will come up whenever it starts getting cooler in the fall. I haven't done anything with this over here where the parsley is, but the parsley's going pretty strong. But those strawberries that we planted didn't come up. And I've got a pecan tree over there that I need to dig up, thanks to all the squirrels. Birds have been thirsty. It's been really, really hot. I've been filling this up daily, and because it's just so hot out right now. It's going to be in the hundreds. Okay, and let's go over to the sunny side and see how that's coming. All right, please excuse my mess. I have been Amazon shopping. But here's the garlic that we pulled up. Not much survived. Like I said, it got way too hot, way too quickly, and some of these are so tiny. I'm probably just going to dehydrate the majority of this and make garlic powder and garlic salt to make condiments like ranch dressing. Use this on, meats like chicken and stuff like that. Here we are on the sunny side. It's the morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. See how sunny and hot it gets? I actually had to, whenever I mowed the lawn, I put the grass clippings on top to help with the moisture. Still not done yet. But here's my 2-year poblano pepper that has a whole bunch of blooms on it. And I could have sworn I saw a fruit coming on right there. There's a couple of them. So we'll see how big these get this year. My flowers, they stopped blooming, but they haven't died yet. And these are cowpeas that I planted. They're nitrogen fixers around the peppers and the flowers to help. Now this is my sweet potato. That's what I use as a spinach substitute, and it is all over my garden. What I do is I take the leaves, I parboil them and freeze them just like you would spinach, but the stems, these stems, I pickle. They're nice and crisp. They're almost like a watercress type texture. So I pickle those as a quick pickle in my refrigerator to put on salads. Okay, got weeds. Let's take them out. There's my poor cilantro that's bolting. Over here, I do believe we have some ground cherries. I've never grown ground cherries before, so this is I'm kind of excited to see how this works. None of my shishitos came up. I'm very disappointed. I'm going to have to start those in pots and try next year. My shadow. There we go. Okay, and then I've got some petty pan squash. We've got a whole bunch of those, so it's going to be hopefully a really good squash year, depending on the bugs. These are okra. All these are okra, and those are sunflowers. I want to grow my own sunflowers to make sunflower butter because I can't tolerate a lot of nuts. So hopefully sunflower butter I would be able to tolerate a little bit better. And here's my Chinese parsley. These plants are about 7 years old right now. And all I do is cut the tops off of these and use them as chives in recipes. I just let them go. And they keep coming back every year. And my fig tree. I've never gotten any fruit off of it. I don't know if it's because we don't have the correct pollinator, which I doubt because there's a lot of people around here with fig trees. Even my neighbor has one. But hopefully we'll get some fruit here pretty soon. Now this right here, I didn't plant. It looks like a watermelon. I didn't plant this. We don't eat nothing but one watermelon a year. And most of that goes into compost. So it's either watermelon or cucumber. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this around the trellis here and see what happens. But the roses are about done blooming. There's a little bit of a rose left there. but I'm getting, well, this one's wanting to bloom a little bit more. I need to come back here and grab all this grass that shouldn't be here. Ow. Okay, and my honeysuckle seems to want to come out, die, then come out again, and then die again. It's not a very good year for honeysuckle. I love honeysuckle tea and honeysuckle jam. I used to make candy with it, but I don't think I have enough for this year. I may just have enough for tea. Okay, nice and pretty. And my grapes are doing fantastic for its second year, especially with all the cold weather that we've had in the summertime. Look at these leaves. I can actually take some of these and wrap them and make stuffed grape leaves. I think I'm going to experiment with that. This is nothing to be concerned about. See all those holes? We do have what's called leaf cutter bees. They come around and cut the leaves to make their nests, which I'm fine with, because this is not damaging the plant. Plant damage is more along the lines of this speckled stuff. I need to do some research, find out what's causing that. But for the most part, it looks like we're going to have a really good growth year for our grapes. Now, I'm not expecting any fruit this year because it's only year 2. Maybe next year, but I want this to grow nice and big and tall so we can go ahead and make our own juices and wines, hopefully, in the future. Here we have lemon balm. It's about ready to flower. In fact, it's already starting to flower. I need to cut some of this back for tea. My thyme is coming back, but it's not in full force. Now here is the, that's not, yeah, that is lemongrass. Hold on, let me plant that back in here. That's lemongrass. That is starting to come back after I separated everything out. I actually have some purslane growing wild here. I'm going to let that grow and unseed, because purslane is a wonderful herb, has a lot of nutrition in it. And more sweet potatoes. Oh, lost my shoe. Okay, like I said, this stuff comes back year after year after year. So what I'm going to do is, in this bed, I'm going to have this as a sweet potato bed only. The tubers will be a bonus, but this will sustain us in greens all summer long and possibly all year long, because we do freeze these. Now I have canned some of this, or I've actually, no, I haven't canned it yet, but I have dehydrated some. Okay, and powdered it up to put in other things. And you can do that. You still keep a lot of the nutrients in here, but I prefer to freeze it for normal use throughout the year, kind of like the frozen spinach that you get in the grocery store. And this is where all that garlic was. Again, I forgot what I planted here. This is something. We'll find out. I'll let this keep coming up. One thing about my style of gardening is I do what's called a spray and pray. I spray the seeds around, and pray it comes up. Now, here's where I buried the worms. I have no idea what these plants are because they were seeds in the worm farm. So those are happy surprises. They kind of look like cucumbers. Maybe they're cantaloupe. I don't know. These are cowpeas that I planted just as nitrogen fixers to help these along. And I've got more over there. Over here I have a little bit more garlic that didn't make it. I need to dig those up and put it in my forever garlic bed that's coming today. And these are actually shallots that I buried, and they are starting to come up, and it's going to be, I'll be able to use the tops as well as the tubers whenever they are ready in the fall. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm gonna go take a nap, take a shower. I gotta get to work here in a few hours. So, hope you enjoyed. This is an honest review. I have not researched any other reviews for Epic Gardening and their kits. Please take this to heart whenever I say it's better to start with this and put it on cardboard, weed suppression cloth, whatever, before you do this. Replacing a broken bed, even though it's doable, because you just saw me do it, is very, very interesting and hard work, especially if it's up against a wall or a fence. Now, here pretty soon we are going to go to Grandpa Rebel's family land and take a look and see what type of rabbit cages and rabbit equipment that they have from whenever they raised their rabbits. Hopefully we'll be able to bring home some equipment, cut down on the costs. If not, we'll go ahead and go shopping. Not like I don't know, or like, you know, not like I am crying over that, right? We'll see you next time. Bye.